So, first of all, I would like to thank you all for coming, especially Ambassador Seixas Correia, Minister João Noronha, Minister Zimler, Dr. Ferraz, Dr. Figueiredo, Ted, the boss of my son, so this is very important, and all other speakers. I would also like to thank you very much, Mr. Roberto Azevedo, for this wonderful seminar and very important for all Brazilians and the relationship with the American people. FGV Foundation is one of the leading Brazilian think tanks. Our main mission is to promote the Brazilian development, and we do believe that one of the fundamental factors for sustainable socioeconomic growth is infrastructure. I don't know. What should I do? So we are talking about energy supply, we are talking telecommunication, sanitation, transportation system, and housing. Why is important? The correct dimension of a country's infrastructure represents the welfare of the population because it brings business cost reduction, improvement of country's productivity, enhancement of the quality of goods and services produced, and can bring regional integration. After some years of growth, we have seen in some panels, one of the core issues of Brazil's agenda is infrastructure development. So why? Let's have a look about economics. Brazil has been experiencing a major social and economic transformation. Our GDP grows 27%, almost 30% per capita. A reduction of inequality, the wealthiest increased by 17%, and the poorest rose by 91%. We have a new kind of people there. We have more money around. More than 30 million people have risen from the poverty level to the middle class bracket we call new middle class. An increase of 30% in the number of new homes over the past 10 years. I forgot it. And a reduction of literacy from 11% to 8%. What does it mean? Higher demand for basic service, pressure for expansion of infrastructure. Let's have a look in the economic indicators. Brazil GDP, $2.4 trillion, the world's sixth largest economy. GDP's growth 3% in 2011, just 1.6 in 2012, and next year 4.5. Inflation target 4.5%, inflation forecast for 2012 5.2, average unemployment rate is quite low, 5.3. Foreign reserve, 400 billion. Direct foreign investment, 60 billion. And export, 264 billion a year. It's really a big economy, and we are growing fast, so we have to sustain our growth with expansion of infrastructure. We have some deficits that I want to point out. Port, Mr. Klein has already explained to you that our main bottlenecks and demands are very high. We are expecting to invest $25 billion in years to come to mitigate port infrastructure problems. So we are planning in construction, rebuilding, new access, dredging, in other works that is necessary in our port areas. Highways. Only to compare Brazil and the United States, the area is quite the same. But if you see the difference in our infrastructure, roads, for example, our network is 1.6 million kilometers. The Americans are 6.5 million kilometers, 5 times more. And if you see the paved and non-paved roads, the problem is very, very good. Very big, sorry. Railroads. We have only 30,000 kilometers of railroads. United States, 226, almost 200,000 kilometers more than Brazil. So it's a huge gap in transportation infrastructure. Housing problem. We changed our method of calculation, but they still have 5.6 million houses to be constructed in Brazil. Housing deficit estimate are very, very high, and it's very difficult to solve because you have to have money, to take care and to ask people to pay again. So, solve those government programs are very important. We have a list already. The PAC, Growth Acceleration Program, is amount of $600 billion. And what the government is planning to use this money for: sanitation, urban mobility, housing, water supply, highway, railroads, port, electrical energy, natural and oil gas, and Navy. So this is a potential. We are talking about opportunities here. So it's a potential for concessions and public-private partnership. Other government programs. Logistic, we got already a nice explanation here, but $66 billion will be invested in highways and railroads. Airport concession is a reality now, starting new, and a lot of money is coming for this sector. Petrobras, Ted can correct myself, is planning to invest $250 billion in years to come. So, ports, they are planning to invest $15 to $20 billion until 2030, and airports $1 to $2 billion in years to come. We also have to mention that we are facing the 2014 Football World Cup. If you see the budget investment is around $30 billion in stadium, urban mobility, airports, ports. The total investment are by government, state government, federal government, and also private sector. Then we got the Olympic Games 2016 in Rio de Janeiro. And the total investment in infrastructure is around $30 billion. It's also in the same kind of. And what is necessary to leverage investment? We got favorable political institutional framework. We got favorable economic development. We got political willingness. We got major events. What we don't got? The planning cycle, the project. I think that's one of the big issue to solve in the Brazilian economic situation. What I mean about project planning. By law, we have to have preliminary technical studies, we have to have basic projects, we have to have executive projects. And many of our projects, they don't follow these rules. And then Mr. Zimler got this problem to audit building construction without project. So this is, for myself, for FGV, is a main issue. Each step of the planning cycle requires specialized service: engineering project, economic and financial analysis, project management, technical support services, technical and financial management and monitoring of work, analysis of compliance between projects, design, and execution. It is a huge market. So, to solve bottlenecks in infrastructure, we need a robust, specialized consultancy services. with efficient technique and experienced professionals. As we stopped doing that for 20 years, now we have to catching up in order to put all those investments in order. Brazil is currently training a large contingent for qualified professionals, and FGV Foundation is proud to help the society to train these kind of people. The Brazilian market for specialized service infrastructure sector is expanding and becoming attractive in global terms. So the consultancy sector will receive 5 to 10% or 3 to 5% of the total to be invested in infrastructure in Brazil and in the years coming. And finally, our challenge. Recuperation of the Brazilian technical capacity, attracting foreign consulting company is not, and people as well. We have to have some schedule to attract foreign people to catching up our problem in this kind of project management system or project technology. And for that, the government is very important. Today, if you want to work with a specialized guy from the United States, you pay 50% tax. So we have to solve also this kind of problem. So what I'm trying to say here is, Brazil is got a lot of opportunities, but we have to solve a problem for projects, for management, that we can to catching up the time and to do this properly in an efficient way. Thank you very much.